conference. We will begin with defender Izzy Rodriguez. If anyone joins on Zoom, you can use the raise your hand feature and we'll call on you, or you can type your question into the chat. But we will start with those in person. Who wants to start?
The look.
3 out of the next 4 at home, I think. What are you guys looking forward to working on and just kind of getting back into the routine here?
Yeah, I think being at home is always a huge advantage for us. We have that 12th player on the field with us with all the fans. So really excited for that. And then I think we've been able to start strong in some of the last couple of games, but now finishing a game and completing 90 minutes I think is at the forefront of our mind right now. But being able to do that at home makes it even better.
A couple of really quick goals last couple of games. How do you guys prioritize that but still kind of get that focus on finishing?
For sure. I think we want to start on the front foot. We want to be an attacking minded team, whether we're defending or we're on the attack. So I think that's first of all why we're starting games so quick, but I think being able to continue that throughout the game, break teams down in a different way, and then finish our opportunities.
Kind of getting down to the wire here in the last couple months of the season. Is that something y'all are talking about? Are y'all feeling that kind of last push?
Yeah, I think we've mentioned we got about 10 games left, and knowing that we're on the back third of the season, but we want to be focused all in the future right now. Those last 20 games are in the past, and right now we can only really look at the next 10 and focus on getting 3 points in this next game and going from there. But the next 10 are our priority.
Is it like when you get to this part of the season, it's kind of like, a balance of like, trying to stay focused on what's in front of you, but also like peeking at the table kind of after every match?
For sure. Being a competitive team, we're always checking the table and wanting to keep moving higher. And I think one game at a time kind of is the way we do that. Every win we can get is going to help us creep up there, but right now it's just 3 points and this weekend ahead of us.
Also with Seattle, I know early in the season you want to get some revenge for what happened in Spokane. Just what's it like kind of seeing how far they've come from that part of the season?
Yeah, for sure. I think we've both changed a lot since that game that feels like eons ago that we played them, but I think they've changed, they've developed their game, and we've done the same, and I think we're playing really good soccer right now, and we want to continue that, and I think this is going to be a good game to test kind of how much we've changed, how much they've changed, and hopefully get a good result from it.
I know you guys had that big competitive break for World Cup, obviously, but you've played all 20 games. How are you feeling with the kind of extended season?
Yeah, there's a lot of games, I will say that, but I think we're feeling good. We definitely prioritize recovering and maintaining throughout the year, so I'm feeling as fresh can be during this part of the season, I think. But honestly, just excited to be home again because I think that gives everyone a kind of newfound energy.
Also, I think it was tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at the Impact Award, you're gonna have folks from early start out here. Just how much you're looking forward to hosting that and then putting that their partner and the award on display.
I am so excited for them to come to a game. I think a lot of the people coming, it's their first time going to a game, so it's going to be a great experience seeing all the fans, and just excited to amplify them and everything that they do, and hopefully have the whole fans and the whole stadium see how great they are.
Then Fan Impact Challenge voting is still going on. What is your message to why people should vote?
Please vote. Early start's great. I know PJ got to see it a little firsthand, and I think that if you guys can get out and vote every day, every device, so if you have iPads, laptops, phones, please do that. They deserve it, and I'm really excited for you guys all to see kind of what's to come tomorrow.
A little random one, but I know like y'all have the youth players that walk out with you every game. What is that feeling like? Is there conversations like that you're having those like 2 minutes before you walk out there? Yeah, what is that like?
For sure. I think they're always so excited, and a lot of the time it's the first time they've either been to a game or honestly the first time on a field. They're excited for the fireworks. They're always like, oh my gosh, I'm starstruck, which is crazy to hear, I feel like, just as a person. But it's so cute to be able to talk to them and I think make an impact. And then always I'm like, cheer your brains out and lose your voice in the game for us. And they're always excited to do it.
Yeah.
Anything else? Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Izzy.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
With Coach shortly.
Oh, that's my phone, not the mic.
right, we are back with head coach Chris Armas. Same thing as before. For those on Zoom, please use the raise your hand feature and we will call on you, or you can type your questions into the chat. But again, we will start with those here in person. PJ, Kathleen, who wants to start?
First, please.
Okay. A couple of really quick goals in the last few games. How do you guys kind of balance wanting to start really strong and then being able to close out and finish strong as well?
Well, yeah, just it's about mentality. Oftentimes, for us, starting fast is always important, and this game will be really important because Seattle talks about the same thing. But to talk about it and then execute is two different things. So we know that scoring first in the league, 60 or even 70% of the time you win. It's a big number and big data point that we strive to execute and take advantage of, but more importantly, just stepping on the pitch every single time, maximizing 90 minutes or 100 minutes of soccer to say, we don't want to waste 1 minute to not do what we are meant to do, which is compete and win games, and when we're home, put on a show for our fans. So some of it's just about, what it looks like just emotionally, but then where it can net out. We want to start fast. Now, when you start fast and score early, especially on the road, even home, there's sometimes a shift where teams have to push, take risk, and there's a natural sometimes shift in a game where it might look like you're going more defensive or getting pushed back. It just sometimes happens. So how to get that balance right? Well, we train for each phase. Up a goal, defending a lead, late in games, and it's about execution and just delivering in those moments. But getting the balance right, it's really more about executing when you need to meet the demands of what that game's asking for.
I know.
You're right, PJ.
Yeah, I'm good. I know we all played Seattle. That was very early in the season for everybody. Just what is it like, kind of seeing that film back and seeing how far both teams have come since then?
Yeah, look, I think so much of each of us can show up in those games. Like when you look back, you say, yeah, we can see the DNA show up in for both teams. But I think we both are very different right now. I think they are better at who they are, clear about who they are, confident group, and so are we. So I think we're much different. We're healthier than we were then. We're sharper than we were then. We're much further along in who we are. So I think it sets up for a really good matchup, a tactical battle, an emotional battle, where we are in the standings, what this game can mean. And so for us, it's as much as we don't talk about the must win when it's not a must win. Is it a must win? For us, we want to win this game. It's a big one, and the countdown is on. 10 games to go, 6 at home. Countdown is on for home games. So these are the ones you want to capitalize on. But yeah, two teams that are much different, but some pieces in there that are the same. But I think we'll see a good matchup.
And 3 out of the next 4 at home. Again, 6 of the 10. How do you guys kind of approach that and the ability to maybe recover and get into a routine a little better next couple of weeks?
You'd like to kick it off with a decisive performance, one that can build momentum for what it is again at home. But when we get back in that building, it's two things. One, you can't mistake the energy that is in that building, the way our fans show up with the energy that they bring, which then the players feed off of, and maybe they can even give energy to the crowd. So that relationship that we always know exists is a big part of it. But we also know that you have to step on that pitch, and it's just a 120 by 75 or 116 by 75 piece of grass where two teams got a battle. You have to earn it, and teams have come into our building, and you're not sneaking up on anyone. They know what they're stepping into, so that the reminder is that we have to show up with the right mentality from the start, finish those games out. Right, San Diego a month ago, we're right there, 90th minute, second phase set piece. We lose some points. So that it's 100 minutes long, and that when we take care of so many little things that those games require, that we can get those points. Now, the home game stretch coming up, big opportunity. We'll have to earn it against the teams that are also fighting.
You talk about the team, health from a health standpoint, obviously better. Just where's the team now, health-wise? I know the fullbacks is still trying to get some of those back.
Yeah, listen, you'll see Lorena's, back playing again. She's healthy, which is great. The fullback situation, not so much, but we have others that can step in. But we thought Lainey Rouse was getting into a good rhythm. There was good competition there in that position. Ellie Bravo Young obviously can play on the right and the left. Like she was, the iron sharpens iron that I've talked about was happening for sure. That internal competition. So yeah, we're without them, and we know that the obvious ones up the pitch. Coop. If you look at just the minutes this year, it's been. We're most excited that she's healthy now. Imagine now in these next 10 games, and then into the playoffs, can we keep Coop healthy, and Temwa, who's roughly 40% of the available minutes this year. It's not a big number for us, but when she is available, we see how dangerous. So. If you'd asked me, would I rather them healthy a month ago or this next few months, it's an easy one. We want to be healthy and fit and as sharp as we can be heading into the playoffs and this stretch. But there's no two ways about that. We've been without certain players, and we accept that. I've said it before. I think we'll be better for it in the long run. That's why we lead the league in XG. I think there's a lot of other players that understand how to score goals without some players. Now, XG and actual goals, right? That's two different. But we're understanding how to operate with and without certain key players.
Yeah. Especially with the fullbacks and with Katie kind of leaving soon for U20s. Just how is that going to be shuffling that lineup to make sure that y'all are sustaining there?
Yeah. Well, listen, it's game by game for us, and when we have to plug in different spots, sometimes you go into your depth. We've had E-Ball at right back. We've had Katie at right back. Itala Jamali from the second team is a defender we can slot in different moments. We have cover in the sixth position. We have cover, and then as you got to see up the field, young players that we always believe in, the Amelia Whites, they're coming along and they get reps. So, yeah. We'll look at game by game and what we think is best for that individual matchup, and that gives us the best chance to win.
About E-Ball, just she's been with the team, I think, probably for the longest on the roster. Just what does she bring and continue to keep bringing every day?
I think that it's been a real pleasure getting to know E-Ball as a footballer, but also as a human being. She's so well respected in that team for equally, I think, for who she is and how she shows up around here. Extremely professional. But if you talk too much one way about how good of a human being, you not talk about the footballer, I think you don't do the service to that person. She's a good player. I think specifically, she brings experience, versatility. She's a competitor. She's, I think, a very intelligent player. And she, if you ask her what she loves most about playing the position she does, whether she admitted it or not, I think she loves defending. She's a good ball player and can progress the ball, and her passing ability, I think, is strong. But she's tough. And that's what I love most about the way she plays. That she's a defender by nature. She's up for the duels, up for the challenges, and therefore I'm not afraid to put her at right back, where she's played a little bit in the past when we need to put some, because you get so much of the other stuff, the experience, the intelligence. Yeah.
And entering the final third of the season, what stood out to you most about just this league as you've gotten more comfortable? I think you've faced every team now.
Yeah, I don't think we've faced Bay. Well, we haven't faced Bay yet.
Okay.
I think that's it. I hear it a lot of times on the broadcast, that anyone can beat anybody. Every team has talent. Every team right now has, I believe, good coaching. Every team comes in with a plan. You don't bring your A game, you can find yourself on the losing end or losing points. I think that's what sticks out most about the league right now. And I'm learning the rosters, I'm learning the names, especially when we play teams again. So I'm coming along that way. But yeah, it's a tremendous league, lots of competition. I could see why it's growing quickly. Yeah.
In terms of Lorena, she's been healthy, so she's been in the lineup. But just what are you seeing from Marissa, and just how do you see just Lorena and just keeping that rotation or keeping that competition kind of evaluating?
Well, Lorena had not been healthy for a long time, and you can talk about starting in January. To be honest, like the preseason, we had to manage a few days of training, a few days of not training, and it was, as I've said before in different ways to describe it, building a house in a hurricane. You know, you're trying to build, and while you're not quite able to do that, and that's where I think she was for a long time. And as we try to protect players, you know, like she's a competitor and wants to be out there, so she's trying to put herself out there, and it was time that, yeah, after that, the last game she had played against the U.S., Brazil-U.S., she had some more pain, we took some time off, and now it's been about her getting as healthy as possible and as sharp as possible. At the same time, no hurricane. Like just the hurricane, the games, the grind, just get to, you know, while Marissa stepped in. And we could see even her, I talked to Marissa yesterday about her experience and her journey. You know, you have to go through some of what she went through. Tough games, big saves, tough moments, like to grow. And I think she stood tall in so many of these moments. So now we have real competition. You know, Lorena has got herself into a really sharp place. So we like competition, but Lorena is finally at a point where she feels really good too about where she's at. So we have this decision to make now, you know, but looks like she's back.
Anything else? Cool. We will end with that. Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank
You got it, guys.